All right, here we go. Good morning. Good, and yourself? I don't know why I'm having trouble with the stream today. There we go. Now we can see what's going on. Alrighty, so we have exactly an hour to play with this, and then afterwards, let's take a look real quick. I need some agua. Alrighty, so we got about an hour to do this real quick, and then um, once once our hour is up, I'm going to take you guys to a a my a service call where they're having trouble with their system. It's at a hotel. In this hotel, what's happening is the equipment is turning on heating way too soon, or it's supposed to keep the space between, let's say, 68 and 72 degrees, but for whatever reason it's heating the space until it's heating the space so much that it's actually bothering the guest, and we need to figure out what's causing this. So we're going to take our laptop this morning. We have the software to connect to it. So I'm thinking we're going to hook up to it this morning, see what it's actually doing, and see if there's any adjustments we can make, or if I don't know if you guys were here yesterday. We're talking about the outdoor air sensors. So it might have an outdoor air sensor that is failing. And if that's the case, we simply just need to order a little outdoor air sensor, replace it, test it, see if it's actually working, and go from there. All right. So let's do this. I can do this right here. Flip this real quick. All right, perfect. So let's pull up our screens real quick, which is going to be this guy, this guy, this guy. So let me see if I have another picture. This guy. So this is the front of the home. And let's pull out this guy. Looks like that's the only picture I have for, oh, there we go. So that's the front of the door. There's a foyer here. Door comes through here. This is a living room, bedroom, bath, laundry room in the back left corner. And I don't know what this is. I guess this is just an opening. Ugh, they need to get rid of this wall and probably turn it into an actual living room. It'll look nice. Um, Here we go. So that wall's ugly right there. It could turn into a. I would probably get rid of this wall, and then this will be the actual living room where you walk into it. I'd probably remove this. Well, I guess this is part of the kitchen because this is looks like there's stairs right here. So there's stairs right here in between the kitchen, and we'll call this the dining area. So I would probably cut this off, remove this, whatever, doesn't matter. I'm not designing this house. It's easy to lose track of what we're doing. All right, good. So this is the first floor, what it looks like. Let's minimize it a little bit. Bam, the front of the door. What we need is dimensions. So this is our guy. Good, we got dimensions. Next is, what does a house actually look like? It looks like this guy. This is the front of the house. Good. Let's take a look at the side of the house. So this is the front of the house. This is the side of the house. And if we're looking at this, we know that the last window, which is probably this guy right here, this last window is part of the bathroom over there. This middle window belongs to this bedroom. And this other window here, actually that back window probably doesn't even have any windows. Let's take a look at this other picture. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5. I guess that one has its own window. So living room / TV room, bedroom, bedroom. This last one has a window, but on the back side over there. We'll take a look at that picture too. Where's that picture at? Which is this guy. There's my bathroom window. This is the back of the home. Alrighty, so we got the back of the home, and this is where I would like to set my condenser. I like to set it right here somewhere. We'll put the condenser here. Condenser will go here. Line set will probably run alongside. Man, I don't like where this is at. That sucks. It's right in our way. So the upstairs has this. Let's take a look at the upstairs drawing. The upstairs drawing has, nope, that's not it. We're missing the upstairs picture. Let me bring that up real quick. The upstairs looks like this. There we go. That's what we need. Upstairs, that's the window that you see. Let's see if you guys can remember what it looks like up there. Let's take a look at our side view. That's a good picture. That's the upstairs right there. Now that we see what the upstairs looks like, we can compare it to this picture right here. So window, window, second floor. The second floor drawings have, let's see where we're at. Where's my, could have swore I pulled that out. Guess I did not. Let's take a look at it real quick. The floor plans. So, I guess I might have accidentally closed them. Let's take a look at the floor plan, what it looks like. floor plan looks like. Here we go, right here. Alright, hopefully this doesn't go anywhere again. So this is what the second floor looks like upstairs. Let's see if we can see this picture right here. Let's see if we can minimize it a little bit. See if we can go this way with it a little bit. Bam. Good. So bathroom, window. Looks like there's another window up there. Oh, that's cool. So let's say it's like a box on this side. So bathroom, looks like that's a kitchenette. And it's just a big open floor on this side right here. So the best way, how can we put a AC on this side? Because even though it shows it a box like this, we know it's not a box. We know it looks like this. Now, if it was flat, it would be beautiful. We would just be able to take our mini split or our head unit straight up and then tie into it up here. But we can't. So my best, I guess the best way to do this is putting a head unit right here. Going up, putting a head unit here. All right, cool. Good. Next, let's minimize this. Oh, it did have it open. Good. So we'll minimize this little guy. This guy right here. We'll do a head unit here. Oh, this bedroom doesn't have a window. It doesn't show a window on here, but we know there's another window. See, that's a window. We know there's 3 windows on this side, but for some reason this window didn't pop up on the on their 2D print. More than likely they had something in front of it, like a drawer, and it didn't capture it. So let's get some measurements going. Alrighty. So we'll get some measurements going. Let's pull out our notes. Let's make some notes real quick. Just pull out our whiteboard. Whiteboard is going to be right here. Good morning. Welcome. Check this out. Okay, cool. So we'll do whiteboard. Pull this guy out. That was from yesterday. We'll do a quick little drawing like this. Got it. I want to do isometric drawings with you guys. That way you guys can see the different 3Ds. So we know that this is the back of the house. We know this is the side of the house where there's a sidewalk. I'm going to quote this the very long way so that we have extra pipe. I want to have extra pipe and extra communication wire. I'm not sure how much space we actually have in the basement to run the. I would rather run the line sets and everything downstairs through the crawl space / basement and then jump up the drywall. It'll look prettier. Either way, this is not pretty because it's a finished home. And no matter what, we have to cut into some drywall. So our line sets are going to go, we'll pretend this is our condenser right here. Bam. our line sets are going to go back into the wall, over, around the house, and this will be let's make this smaller. Let's delete this real quick. Our line sets are going to start on the back. We'll go through that again so you guys know where we're starting from. So, bam, line set's going to start here, go to the wall. I think if I hold it, it goes straight, huh? How does it go straight one way and not the other one? I don't get it. Okay, it didn't work. Whatever. I need to figure out how to make it straight like that. That's pretty. So it'll come back this way. We'll go around the backside. This is our bedroom next to the living room. It'll go in. Second one, it'll do the same thing. It'll follow this guy, come alongside. It'll go into our middle bedroom. It'll go in. I'm not sure if you guys installed, if you guys have ever installed a mini split. But on the back of a mini split, they'll go, the lines are actually doing this on the back of a mini split. Depending on which way it's facing, this is my connections right here. Now, what else are we missing besides my line sets? We're missing condensation. Every line set condensates. I'm hoping if there's room downstairs, I would rather go down the drywall. Inside the drywall, go down the drywall and condensate in the basement because water freezes in the winter and it looks ugly when you have just lines sticking. Well, we're going to put line height on this. So either way, we're good. We're covered. We're going to put line height on this one. So this is what's going to happen on the backside. This is what's going to happen for the upstairs. We're going to go to the wall, just like we did there. Up. No, we're not. I got to go on this side because remember, there's electrical back there that we got to avoid. So we'll go up. We'll go bam, bam. So we'll go to the wall. Ooh, that one's ugly. How come they're all ugly? Oh. Whatever. Oh. I need to download an isometric paper so you guys can see better drawings. But it's alright, whatever. We're gonna come up. We're gonna go up to the second floor. Ooh, give me a straighter line. Ah, close enough. So same, we're gonna go in and then it'll tie into our equipment. Bam, good. That's my second floor. So on this side, no, let's take a look at our pictures, which is, oh, so this one right here on this side, this one on this side, it'll come up the wall, avoid the electrical, bam, come up the electrical, go into the wall, and then tie in. Condensation, for now, let's put it to the outdoors, but more than likely I'm going to aim to put it in the basement because that's not practical, it's ugly. So each level is 8 feet tall. So we know if our condenser has its own little stand. And those stands are usually, bam, let's start doing some writing on our little drawing. So those stands are usually, I want to say you can order them in 12 inches off of the floor. It can be 12 inches off the floor or 18 inches off the floor. So in this case, I'm going to go 18 inches. Why? Because more than likely, we always have to be aware that it snows. And if snow is there, you have to raise your condenser as high as we can. So we got 18 inches there, and then we know that we have another 6 inches to our connections. Next, we know that the line set up here has to go up 8 feet and then another 8 feet to get to the top, but we don't want to go all the way to the top because we have to have some room above the above our head unit. So our head unit, let's take a look at this real quick. Head unit mini split. So above a mini split, you need about 6 inches because it needs to breathe. Let's see if we can find you a good one. Well, that's a good one right there. Let's see if we can open up just image. Oh, this is a good one right here too. Open up image in new tab. This is more realistic. So here we go. Really? That's tiny. What am I supposed to do with that? Let's see if we can open up image. There we go. That's ugly. Let's get rid of that one. So you see right above this guy, there's some space. So what happens is let's get our little drawing board out so we can get a better idea of what's happening with the head unit. Oh. So here's our image. Let's crop it a little bit. Good, good. Let's see if we can go. There you go. That's good enough right there. So let's do blue for air. So what happens with the mini split or a head unit? How does it work? What is it actually doing? This is what's happening. So, oh, bam, bam. Air is actually coming out this way and this way. And inside here, it has a little motor. This little motor, it'll swing it left, it'll swing it right. Letting air go whichever way it needs to go. Behind here, and then let's get a red one. So as it's pushing air out to the bottom, we're getting air in through the top. It returns through the top right here. Bam, that's beautiful. So air returns back into it, and then that's how we're cycling air throughout your home. And this is our condenser on the backside. So it'll look literally just like this, but way nicer. I don't like, let's put a white one on here. You guys see the platform right here? That platform per code, per install, needs to be 2 to 4 inches off the ground. That's not doable. If it rains, if it snows, if anything happens to this, if this condensates outside, it's done for. It'll start building up. Snow will get into it. Rain will get into it. And disconnect looks good. Roughly, you want to be between, I don't know, let's say 3.5 feet and 5 feet. So 4 feet's a good one. Alrighty, let's take a look at this. That being said, we need space up here so that we can let air do its thing. Let's remove this. Remove this. Alright, so now that we got that, we know our measurement right here. We know our measurement from here to the first floor is going to be 8 feet. And we know we don't want to go all the way up here. So that'll be, let's call it 7 feet. Bam. Beautiful. So that's this measurement from here down. Ooh, that looks ugly. I should draw these out for you guys before getting on live. I don't know. Let me know if you guys like it when I'm drawing it like this. If you don't, then I can make these pretty and then pop it up and show you guys what's actually happening. Alrighty. So next, we know this measurement right here from here over to this guy, it'll roughly be 2 feet. So right now we're just trying to get measurements real quick. This guy right here will be 7 feet. This guy over here will be 7 feet. Good. This guy, our connection up here, let's say it's going to be 4 inches in and then 6 inches over. We'll call it 10 inches, but just to be safe, remember we want extra. We'll call it 1 foot. We'll call this guy 1 foot. We'll call this guy 1 foot. Good. Now, over on the back side, this is the good one. This is why we take measurements, right? We love measurements. Bam. 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 Right here. We know on the back side, look at this. We got 9 foot. We got 9 foot 8 inches. Yeah, 9 foot 8 inches. So that's a huge bathroom. Damn. They took up all the room in the bathroom. We didn't even give enough room to this guy. Whatever, I don't really care. Next, so we'll go this way. We know we're gonna go past the bathroom, 9 foot 8, and then 9.8 minus, what's our overall? 9.8, 10 foot 4 inches. So we know from the center of this guy where our condenser's at is 10 foot 4 inches. Good. This guy is going to go past a bathroom and then halfway into the 12 foot 6. So that's 9 foot 8 plus 6 feet. It is 15 feet. Good. And then center to center on this guy, What's half of 9 feet? 4.5. So 12.5 is 6.3. Let's write this down. 6.3 plus half of 9 is 4.5. So that's 10. 6. That's 10 foot 9 inches plus the 1. 10 foot 10. So in between here, we have 10 foot 10 inches. Good. Next, from my condenser to the wall. So what happens at the condenser? This is what happens at the condenser. Our connections are usually depends on the condenser. Mitsubishi, it would have to connect like this. Look at that. How come it does it there, but it doesn't do it anywhere else? Oh, look at that. Good. So our connections for Mitsubishis are up here. The connection we're using, it's actually a Daikin. Their connections are literally right here, back to back. Just they're right at the unit. Boom, boom, boom. Mitsubishi will drop down about 1.5 feet, and then it'll go over to the wall. This is probably another foot to the wall. So we're going to write a foot here. 1 foot. What time is it? So we got 1 foot there. Good, good, good. We know that the drops are 7 foot. This is actually, it's going to be smaller than that because we're already raising it about 6. 18 plus 6, that's 24. So we're losing 2 feet up here. I'm glad I just looked over at that. But that's why we make little drawings. So these are actually about 5 foot. There, because we're losing 2 feet from here. We're going to write minus 2 feet, right? Because that's off the ground. Over as soon as we start from our condenser, we're already losing 2 feet of height. So that tells me this is wrong up here too on our riser piece. So our riser, this guy already starts off, we're losing it off of this guy, not this guy. So this is going to be 6 feet. Boom. And then it's 7 feet from there. Good, you got it. Beautiful. Alrighty, next. Decline those guys. They're trying to invite us to stream with them, but we're on a mission, guys. All right, we got to get this done. Let's take a look at this real quick. Next is, let's get a little list of materials going real quick. Bam. So how much feet of pipe do we actually need? Also, dang it, we're not going to have time for this. I'm going to save this where we're at now, because depending on the size of our head units, we're going to have a head unit here that's going to be, I don't know, 9,000 BTUs or 12,000 BTUs or whatever size of BTUs this is. It's going to change the line size. Over here, the line size for this guy, for the 2-tonner, I think it'll be like a 5, maybe 5/8. These guys are going to be about a 1/2 inch. Yeah. we'll take a look at that. We'll look at our details on our head units, and then we'll decide what size this is. That way we can write, hey, we need let's go. We'll do in feet 10 foot plus 1 foot plus 15 feet plus 5 plus 1. Bam. The 4 inches doesn't matter, but just to be safe, we're going to add an extra one. So we'll say, I think they come in 35-foot rolls. So we already know this is going to be a 35-foot roll. This other one, I'll write it down. I want to make sure they're all 35 feet. Good. Next is this other one. 1 plus 10 plus 15 plus 10. We might as well make that 11 because it's 10, 10. So we'll call it 11 plus 5 foot plus 1 equals 43. So that's a 50 footer. Automatically, that's 50 foot. So there's no way I'm ordering. You don't want to order 35, 35, and then make a connection right in the middle. That's ugly. We want to stay solid from point A to point B. Solid. Not only do we need to take these measurements for these guys, but that's also how we charge a system. I think it's 0.6 for every 0.6 ounces for every foot of line set. Good. So that's a 50 footer. That's a 35 footer. This guy over here is a, let's write this down. Bam, bam, bam. We got 1 plus 7 plus 6 plus 2 plus 1 going into the condenser. We got 17 feet at this one. Got it. Alrighty, so let's stop here. I'm going to put this on sleep mode so we can start where we left off. Let me go get ready. We gotta head out. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. I'll probably record a little bit of what I'm doing out there so that we can go over what I saw. I'll take a couple pictures and post them. Thank you guys.